You ever found yourself lost in thought, replaying moments of the past or worrying about what tomorrow might bring, only to realize that the present moment has quietly slipped away? We all do it. We live in a world that constantly pulls us in different directions away from where we are and from what is happening right now. And yet, it's in the present moment that life is truly lived. As I sit here talking to you, I can't help but wonder, how often do we pause just for a moment and fully experience what's right in front of us? It's easy to get caught up in the busyness of life. We run from task to task, meeting to meeting, goal to goal, all while the present moment quietly waits for us to notice it. But what happens when we stop and simply be? There's a simplicity to being present that is often overlooked. Is not just about quiet meditation or escaping to nature, though those things sound good. They definitely, certainly help. It depends on the person, but it is also about appreciating the small things. Maybe the sound of rain against your window, the warmth cup of coffee in your hands, the sound of a loved one's voice, maybe watching your favorite YouTubers. Appreciate the small things. I used to think that living in the moment meant pushing aside all worries about the future or regrets about the past, but it's not that simple. Life has its way of reminding us of what's behind and what's ahead, but it's part of the journey. What I've learned is that living in the present is about making space for both the past and the future without letting them consume the now. One thing that's personally helped me is journaling. It may seem like such a small act to write down your thoughts and your feelings, but it is a powerful way to slow down and bring yourself back to the present. I sit in the mornings reflecting on where I am in life, what I'm feeling at that moment, and it grounds me. It's like holding a mirror to your soul. So I'd say, give it a try. Some things might work for others, some things might not. But by writing, for me, I acknowledge my worries, my hopes, my fears, but I also recognize the beauty of this moment, the moment that we are in now. The way the sun comes through my window or the sounds of the bird outside. The more I write, the more I notice these small things, and the more I appreciate them, and I realize that the present moment is enough. I don't need to be anywhere else. I don't need to do anything extraordinary. I enjoy now. I enjoy the now. But living in the present isn't just about quiet reflection, it's about how we interact with the world around us. Like, have you ever noticed how a conversation feels when you're fully present, when you're not just waiting for your turn to speak or thinking about what you need to do next, but you are actively listening, you are paying attention to what is being said now? There is a certain magic in that. You connect with people on a deeper level and also, in turn, with yourself. I remember a conversation I had with a friend, someone I hadn't seen in years. We sat on the porch. The evening air was cool and crisp. We were just talking about life for the first time in a long time. I wasn't thinking about work or tomorrow's to-do list. I was simply there with them in the moment, and it felt like time slowed down. That's what it's meant to. That's what it means to live in the present, to be fully there with the people you love, or even with just yourself. Living in the present also means accepting the impermanence of things. We often forget that nothing lasts forever. That includes the good and the bad. Nothing lasts forever. If you're having a bad day, it gets better. If you're having good in your life, it's not always going to be forever, but you will find that good again. So maybe that's what makes the present so precious. This moment right now, it will never come again. You can never live today again. You can never live the now again. It will never come. It's a fleeting experience, a brief window of time where we can choose to engage the present or let it slip by. And the more we engage, the more alive we become, the more human we feel. So I often think back to moments of joy in my own life, and they all have one thing in common. I was fully present. I wasn't distracted by my phone or my worries. I was simply there, living in the present, whether it was watching a sunset or laughing with friends. Those moments stick with me because I was engaged with life. And I'm sure if you think about the moments in your life, you will notice that those moments are also like that, where you were living in the present. You weren't worrying about anything else except for the now. And yeah, it's not always easy. There are factors such as technology, stress, and other distractions that can pull us away from the present, especially in this generation. And yeah, of course, I struggle with it too. Constant need to look at your phone or wait for someone to send you a text message. But I think that's part of the practice, continuously returning to the present moment, even when it feels impossible. You have to remind yourself daily to pause, take a breath, and come back to what's happening right now. And I think everyone should just give it a try. Just relax. Just think about now. Living in the present doesn't mean ignoring the past or not planning for the future. It's about balance. It's about recognizing that this moment, right here, right now, is the only way we can truly live. The past is just a memory, and the future is a possibility. We don't know if it is certain, but the present is a gift waiting for us to unwrap. With that being said, let's all try to live in the present.